I was on a road trip, almost 19 days, covered 9 states and many places. This was like we started from Mysore and traveled till almost the Thar desert. It's like 60 kilometers before the Pakistan border. The intention was to drive the Thar Jeep to the Thar desert. It was a dream for me to drive this Thar Jeep because what happened was when we brought the Thar Jeep, I didn't really know about why the name came as Thar and was just researching. And when I saw that camel and the Jeep logo on the glass of the Thar Jeep, I just was curious and I thought once I came to know that this was named after the Thar desert, I should drive this Jeep in the Thar desert. This was actually like 3 4 years back when we got the Thar Jeep. So it was going on and I wanted to find the right time when I can travel, but that was going on, and all of a sudden, like just 10 15 days before the trip, we just decided and took the uh, trip. And before traveling, we had changed the shock absorbers of the vehicle. So I'll tell the complete details what we did for the trip and what were the experience and why we should go for such kind of trip. Looking into the preparation of this trip, we didn't do much of preparations. That's what I feel, because we just took the normal clothes what we were wearing, and looking into the climate of the places where we are planning to go, especially Rajasthan, North India. We knew it would be cold but not very cold, so we took some jackets. And then other than that, for the vehicle, main thing what I did was, first thing is I did a complete service of the vehicle. We were completing nearing 50,000 kilometers, so tires need to be changed. I checked the tires, so it's not good, because it's good, like if we are driving in the city or in locally, it's good, we can drive another 4 to 5,000 kilometers. But our trip was planned for more than that and I didn't want to take any risk. So we changed all the tires. We changed to the Michelin tires, and it was a bit wider one. I have made a separate video on that. You can check that. The second thing what I did was the changing the shock absorber, upgraded to ARC shock absorber, and that was really good. So you can check that video also about changing the shock absorber. So these were the basic preparations, and other than that, we didn't do any hotel booking. We didn't do any other thing. We didn't even know when we will be staying in which city, but we had a rough idea of the route what we will be going choosing. So we started on day one. We just thought we'll drive the maximum. We started early morning because we were driving through a place which we know, and we have driven many places. That was Mysore to Hyderabad. That was the plan, to stay somewhere in Hyderabad. So in this trip, we experienced a lot of things. We could understand different things which we were not knowing, especially when you are continuously traveling for almost 19 days. Just 1 or 2 days we took break, and that too also we did some things, not really taking too much of rest also, because I felt we were not that tired of the trip. So it was something what I enjoyed every day. um, what our We kept few rules actually. First thing is, we would not drive if we are tired. If we are feeling sleepy, we'll find the closest safest place to stay and we will stay. We'll take rest, freshen up, and then only we will travel. That was what we decided. Second thing, we wouldn't drive in night. Night drives are not something which I really enjoy because of the lights which different vehicles nowadays use, and they would be flashing those lights on your face, and that's not safe to drive also. And I didn't want to drive during night time. So usually what we would do is we will start our journey like morning, like sometimes before sunrise, just before like 6 a.m., not before that. Mostly it was after 6:30 or 7 o'clock. We start and we would have our breakfast, first break, like after 2 3 hours of drive, at a place where we can enjoy some food. And it was like very calm. One very important thing about this trip was, because we didn't have any fixed itinerary, we didn't have the stress of reaching a particular place. We would usually almost enter the city or get near to a place and then do the booking. We would decide, okay, another 15 kilometers we drive and stay. That was something which we followed in this trip. Most of the trips what we have done in the past was like we would have a fixed itinerary. Day one we would reach a specific city, we will be staying in a specific hotel, we do all the bookings in advance. So that was bit stressful for us. So I would advise or suggest that you don't do such. You just should have an idea where you are going to reach. You should reach a city where which is safe and where you can find a good place to stay. Things to carry when you're going for such a long trip. See, basically, we didn't carry too many things. First thing I wanted to carry was a inflator tire. And suppose there is a problem with the tire pressure or puncture or something, first thing I can do is to fill up or normalize the tire and go to the nearest place. So I purchased one tire inflator. Luckily, we didn't have to use it. The second thing is we should carry some flask or with hot water. So every day morning, what we used to do is when before checking out, we'll prepare boil hot water and put it into the flask, because we don't know whether we would get a good place to have a coffee or tea. At least we should have some coffee or tea. And while driving, for me, I love to have some black coffee. So usually I'll have some hot water and coffee powder with me, and sometimes even the sachets of milk powder was helpful if you want to make a milk tea. Then some snacks, healthy snacks, is yeah, would be useful if you are not able to get some good place to have food. Some fruits, apple or oranges, that was always there in the vehicle. And a knife to cut something out, or some small tools with you, which basic tools with you for small things if you want to do something. So these were the things. And usually our clothes, and had a pillow. No bed sheets, nothing, because we were not planning to stay inside the vehicle. So a pillow was there to rest, or even to have a nap if you have a co driver with you, who, when you can take some rest if needed. But we never needed that, because we were taking good rest during night time, and we were just driving maximum 6 to 7 hours a day. The routes, to plan your routes means at least you should know through which city you should travel. And Google Maps these days gives you excellent suggestions. And don't 100% rely on that. You need to check whether the roads work is going on or some other problem is there. And always take highways, don't take any shortcuts. Many times we were suggested shortcuts to save time by our Google Maps, and that sometimes ends up in serious trouble. So try to stick on to highways, especially these days. We have really good expressways, most part of India, and I really enjoyed driving on these expressways. And while driving also, I would suggest, don't think about speeding too much depending upon your vehicle. In the Thar vehicle, the maximum I used to go is 100 or 110 when it's like really very clear. But if you want to really enjoy, see some things, places around, and enjoy the beauty, especially when I was filming, so usually 80, 85, or sometimes 90. I had my DJI pocket 3 camera fixed to the glass, and a remote with me, so that I can switch on and off whenever I wanted to take some shots. So without even touching the camera, I could control the cameras. But always be safe, don't overspeed. And if you overspeed, means you just go fast, because we don't have any kind of uh, like itinerary. We can like go slowly, and that was what we really enjoyed. When you are traveling on expressways, you need to make sure that your fastag is fully recharged. Check the balances in between, because sometimes the charges are so high. There would be like all of a sudden 200, 300, 400 rupees going out from your fastags. And expressways, every 50, 60, 100 kilometers, you will find these toll booths, and these prices, money get deducted from your fastag account. So keep checking, and if it's not enabled for auto recharge, then you need to do that or add funds to that, so that you have uninterrupted travel. Otherwise, what happens is if you put your vehicle into the fast-tag lane and you have to pay money, you have to pay, I think, two times or more. I think that's too much. So make sure that your fast tag is fully recharged before you start your road trip, and keep charging it, checking the balance. When you are planning to explore the city, now for example, we were in Jaipur and Jodhpur. We went to Jaipur, parked our vehicle at the place where we were staying at the hotel, and we explored the place like with tuk-tuks and some taxis or some local people, because two things are there. One is it's a big advantage for you, because if you're depending upon the local people, they will take you to the right place, and the routes would be right, and even the local rules or the traffic or the best routes to go would be known much better by the local person, and you don't have to take the stress to drive in a place where you don't know actually. Especially in cities, you will have to go through when you are exploring the city. And the second thing is, we should always try to help the local people when we are traveling, to give them some kind of income, and in a way it's like a win-win situation for both. For us also it's an advantage, and for them also it's good. So whenever you go to explore the local place, try to take the local cab or auto, whichever is comfortable for you. So basically, these were the things which I could learn. The trip was really like it's a memorable trip for me, and I would love to do more. And towards the end of the trip, I was feeling really sad that the trip is coming to an end, because I have constraints with my job and other things. I had to go my work, so I had to end the trip in 19 days. Next time, I would want to do a longer trip. Uh, and even I am planning something to different countries also. These are things in my bucket list. There are companies organizing such kind of trips like Adventures Overland, which I may plan, but again, time is a constraint. It takes 65, 70 days for those kind of long trips. But smaller things which I can do, I would be doing in the future. I would say that if you have interest in driving, you should try these kind of trips. It would be good. Next time, I would want to try staying inside the vehicle, maybe at least 1 or 2 nights, and see how that works. Again, I may take the Fortuner if it's like a bigger one. And Thar, I'll tell you, it was so good. So I really loved the trip. I didn't have any problem, because if you are alone or if you are with one more driving partner, then you would really enjoy. The backspace can be used to store whatever you want, and it's really comfortable. And if you want to make it more better, you can upgrade the suspension. I would highly recommend that. It's really good. It makes a big change in your driving and comfort. So that's all for now. If you have any questions related to this trip, check out my videos of, like, I've made almost 19-20 videos on this in the travel channel. Check that out. You would really enjoy it if you are a person who enjoy road trips. That's all for now. Bye. Take care.